How to Spiritually Awaken. This is part 4, and this is all about nature. So hi, my name is Jody Deane, and I help you with your spiritual awakening process with embodying your soul purpose and unapologetically expressing the full spectrum of your uniqueness. So welcome to this channel if you're new here. Also, please go and check out the part 1, part 2 and part 3 of this series. And I'm here at Emerson College today in the sort of mezzanine of one of the houses. An actually really gorgeous view out there. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. In the English countryside, the Sussex countryside. And yes, and that's actually the feeling really of inspiration from the lovely trees out there, the animals, the insects and everything, and so just kind of like reflecting on what I would share in this video, it became very clear very quickly that this is really about the beauty, the appreciation of nature, and that basically nature is always communicating with us. It is communicating with you. Nature is a pure vessel for truth. It is pure being itself. And so, it's great because we get to let go of the books, the ideas, the schooling, the screens, the televisions, everything. We get to let go of it all to be in nature and receive the pure transmission of Source itself. It's obviously not just about the surface, it's about going deep and developing a relationship with nature, relationship with the trees, with the plants, with the earth, with the land, with the animals, with the insects, with the birds, with the flowers. And funnily enough, I'm actually here in Emerson College, which is a Rudolf Steiner kind of institution of learning. And from what I understand of Steiner's work and Anthroposophy, is very much about allowing ourselves to look at nature, observe nature, and be guided by nature, the forms and the dynamics, how life develops. And this was central, as I understand it, to Steiner's teaching. So it's funny, isn't it, that I'm inspired right now to synchronistically talk about nature and how it can inspire us on our awakening journey, because nature is always talking to you, always. And if you don't believe me, that's totally fine. I get it. I would have been very skeptical when I was much younger because I hadn't had direct experience. But when I started to go out into nature on my own, when I started to connect with trees, when I started to talk to animals, when I started to feel the spirits of the land, to meditate on the land, a whole new dimension opened up to me. And I realized I belonged on this land, that I was supposed to be here. There wasn't some foreign kind of territory, outside of home, outside of houses and cars and upholstery. It was actually my real home, my true home. And that's so interesting, isn't it? That can happen, that we can start to experience nature in its own way. Sorry about the background noise, can't do anything about that. I'm having to charge my phone here, ran out of battery, just high user. So I'm inside and subject to noise, but hey, let's try and focus, because this is also another aspect of all of this, is learning how to focus your attention on what is, right? Focus your attention on the sensations you have of subtle energy when you embrace a tree, when you stand next to a tree, or focusing your attention on the sensations and the sense, the inner vision that you may have when you're with an animal, be it a pet or a wild animal, and see what's going on under the surface. You might find that actually there's a conversation happening or wanting to happen, and it is about listening. It is about receiving and allowing. And we get to do that. We get to choose to do that. We get to experience that. And you know what? You don't need an intermediary. You don't need a priest. You don't need anyone. You can be with nature itself and receive. Allow yourself to be schooled by the being, the energy, Mother Gaia, by these animals, by the spirits of these beings. And receive that, and allow yourself to receive, allow yourself to be guided. And it is so gorgeous and effortless. It is so nurturing and nourishing all at the same time. And it will stand you in good stead for the rest of your life. In fact, the more you do this, the more we practice this, the more we engage with the relationship we have with nature, with the trees, with the land, with these plants, with the spirits of nature, with the flowers, with the animals. The more that we allow that, the more that we open to that, the more that we allow ourselves to receive that as a transmission, the wiser we become, the more awake we become. Because we're no longer fighting, we're no longer struggling, we're no longer trying to get. We're receiving and allowing and dancing with. And that's huge, it's key, is the essence, the attitude of dancing with. Having a two-way conversation and allowing ourselves to be guided. And so I invite you to go and be with a tree. Let the tree open to you, let that tree choose you and say, hey, come to me. Next time there's a bird who lands close to you, just maybe in your inner self, just connect with that bird and say hello. There are so many synchronicities that will open up when we start to allow this, and we get into deep states of reverence. If we meditate, if we're in the land and we're still and we're silent, or dancing, or whatever we're doing, or just walking, nature will come to us and it will say hi, and it will say, come with me. I have things to show you. I have things to teach you. I have things to give you. Here's a feather. Here's a leaf. Here's a flower. And so we can do this, and this is the grand opportunity that's always present, that's always there. Now, if you live in a city, it's going to be more tricky. You're going to have to intentionally go to those parks, go to those green spaces, and get out of the city at the weekends or when you have free time, so that you can begin to develop this relationship and nourish yourself in this way, and nourish your own awakening, your spiritual awakening. Because it is this pure transmission that we get from nature. It is raw and it is pure, and it's one of the most wonderful things about reality and about life, that we get to develop our own and nourish and nurture our own relationship with the land, with nature, and allow ourselves to be guided. And yes, you could say, oh well, this is a shamanic path, but it's so much more than that. It's simply the path of listening. Developing your attention. So, with that, I think we've had a good run here with talking about this element for your spiritual awakening journey. Let me know in the comments how that was for you, what you think, what you feel, how your relationship is with the land, with nature. And if you enjoyed this, then please give us a like and please share, and don't forget to subscribe. All right. And if you'd like some guidance and support about your spiritual awakening journey or anything else, or developing your relationship with the land, with the earth, with nature itself, then you can use the link in the description to apply to have a call with me, a gifted 20-minute call to get you some clarity around where you're at, activate that vision, and help you move to the next level of your consciousness expansion journey. All right, bye for now. Take care, bye.